Good morning students. Today we will start our first chapter of class 12, that is electrostatics. The word electrostatics is made up of two terms, electro and statics. The meaning of word electro is simply electric effect, or we can say charge. And the meaning of statics is at rest, something at rest. So the term electrostatics means, in this term we study about the electric charges at rest. So firstly we shall know about charge. So see the definition of charge. It is an inherent property of a body due to which it attracts or repels another charged body. What do you mean by inherent property? Inherent property means it is the intrinsic, or we can say the internal property of a body due to which either it attracts a body or repels another body. Now charges are of two types, positive charge and negative charge. The unit of charges, as you all know, it is coulomb. C. Keep in mind that you do not have to write C-U-L-O-M-B like this. This representation is totally wrong because this became the name of the scientist. So we have to write this. And the representation of charge is by the letter Q. Capital Q or small q. So we denote positive charge by plus Q and negative charge by minus Q. Now we will learn about the production of these charges. Either these are positive charge or negative charge, and in our standard we shall learn three methods of production of charges, and the first method is by rubbing. By rubbing. Keep in mind, when two objects in this rubbing method, when two objects are rubbed together with their surfaces on each other, then the one who will remove electron will get positively charged. Keep these two sentences in mind. When an object removes electrons, it gets positively charged, and when an object gains electron, it will become negatively charged. Let us understand it better with the help of an example. Here we take a silk cloth. And here we take a glass rod. When we rub these two objects, then one of them becomes positively charged and one gets negatively charged. By convention, it was seen that the glass rod becomes positively charged and silk cloth becomes negatively charged. So here we see that by rubbing charges are produced. So this is the first method, by rubbing. We can take another example. If we here take a woolen cloth and here take an ebonite rod, and when we rub them, then in this time woolen cloth gets positively charged and this ebonite rod gets negatively charged. In this case, rod become positive, and in this case, cloth become positive. So keep in mind these both the examples. An activity for you. It's very simple. You have generally observed it. You take bits of paper. These are bits of paper. And here you take a plastic comb. This plastic comb. and these are your dry hair. When we rub your dry hair with this plastic scale, the plastic scale gets some charge on it, and our dry hair also gets charged. In this time, dry hair gets positively charged and our plastic comb gets negatively charged. This is already told by scientists that which object gets positive charge and which gets negative charge, so we only have to learn that. And when we bring this plastic scale in contact with the bits of paper, what we see? We see that these bits of paper get stick to this plastic comb. It means we can find the charge on bits of paper, as you know that opposite charges, you have learned this in your lower classes, opposite charges attract each other. These are very important properties of charges, and like charges repel each other. So if these are attracting each other and here is negative charge, so which charge is on bits of paper? It will surely be positive charge. So by this property, you can find the charge on any object. Our next method by production of charges is induction. Keep in mind there are two terms. One is induction and another one is conduction. Sometimes students get confused in these two terms. Induction means without any contact. Means in this method charges are produced but without actual contact. No contact is there between the two objects. In rubbing there is contact between the two objects, but in induction there is no contact. And conduction is a third method which we will study later. In this, contact is possible. Now in induction, firstly the point is there is no contact. No contact. To study induction, let us take an example. Suppose this is a metal sphere and this is an insulating stand. So what is this? It is an insulating stand with a metal sphere on it. Metal sphere. And we have to do what? We have to produce charges in this metal sphere. It is here neutral. It is here neutral and we have to produce charges in this. Keep in mind that neutral does not mean that it has not any positive charge neither negative charge. It also means that it has equal magnitude of positive as well as negative charges. Let it have 4 positive charges and 4 negative charges. Means magnitude of positive charges 4 and magnitude of negative charges more. So this will cancel out. These 4 charges will cancel out these 4 negative charges. So it becomes neutral. But it has some charges, it means. This is our first step. In the first step, we saw what that our charges are randomly distributed in this sphere. But when we bring a glass rod that we have charged in the previous section that we have learned, we have when we bring glass rod which is positively charged, then there is an arrangement in the metal sphere of charges. See, like this is positive charge, so it will attract all the negative charges towards it. So all the negative charges arrange themselves on this side and it will repel the positive charges, so all the positive charges will arrange themselves on this side. Okay? Now in the third step, this is our metal sphere and this is insulating stand. This is our glass rod and here are 4 negative charges. We have assumed only 4. You can take either more. And here are 4 positive charges. Keep in mind that we have to produce the charges in this metal sphere. So we have to do earthing. Earthing is what? Earthing is what? Earthing is simply a process in which charge on one object is transferred into the earth with the help of metal plates and more technology. So why we need to do earthing? In this metal sphere, we need to earthing to avoid neutralizing of this metal surface. Because if we do not do earthing, then here positive charge remains and here negative charge remains. Then they combine together to make the to make the metal sphere again neutral. Now in the fourth step, this condition becomes like this. Here are all negative charges and positive charge has gone from here. And why these negative charges are still there? Because glass rod which has positive charge on it attracts all these negative charges towards it. So this is the fourth step, and in the last fifth step, this is our metal sphere with insulating stand, and when we remove this glass rod, when we remove it from here, then our charges distribute them uniformly in this metal sphere, and this metal sphere becomes negatively charged. Now it is not neutral, and when we started the procedure it is neutral, but now the metal sphere becomes negatively charged. So by this method we can produce charges. Okay, we will study the next part of this video.